Everyone knows what raw machine output looks like. The endless bullet points, the forced enthusiasm, the empty corporate filler that smells like an algorithm before you even finish the first paragraph. But then you meet the exception, the model that writers whisper about, because its sentences arrive smooth, understated, and dangerously polite. Novelists are moving their entire workflows over to it, seduced by an engine that does a highly convincing impression of literary restraint. That restraint is an illusion. The machine isn't writing well. It's staging a showroom. The throw blanket is draped at a calculated diagonal. The books are sorted by spine color, and every falling cadence lands exactly where the algorithm predicts it should. It is perfectly curated and entirely unowned. Your readers feel that absence. They might not be able to name the disease, but their attention begins to slowly slide right off the page. And by chapter 3, they quietly close the book. Because that elegant, flawless Lois is actually just a statistical average wearing a blazer, a formula the market is slowly learning to reject. Stripping away that sheen means retraining your eye to hunt for the opposite of clumsiness. You have to look for the phrases that feel just a little too perfect. Take the machine's favorite trick. It will render a beautiful physical gesture to show a character's grief. And then, in the very next breath, it panics and over-explains the exact emotion it just made you feel. Humans simply state an emotion about a third of the time, but the machine will compulsively force a physical sensation. Tight chests, dropped shoulders, caught breath, in over 80% of its scenes. It hits those tasteful little physical notes so relentlessly that the elegance itself becomes a dead giveaway. And underneath the vocabulary lies a much deeper structural flaw. The model is hard-coded to be a safe, validating assistant, and it drags that therapy room programming right into your narrative. Ask it to write a bitter, jagged argument between a married couple, and watch how quickly it forces someone to take a deep breath, apologize, and act perfectly reasonable. It smooths out the tension, neutralizing the conflict. Because an engine trained to make everyone feel okay is constitutionally at war with a story whose entire job is to be anything but. You cannot fix this by asking the prompt for better adjectives. You fix this by ripping up the drywall and changing how the prose is generated in the first place. Keep the speed of the machine. Force it to use the bones of a person. Build a fence. Ban the defaults. Override the centerline with your own lived specifics. Read How to Write with Claude without sounding like a robot. Learn the 5-step generative method: bones, feed, fence, draft, and scrub, to direct the model instead of surrendering to it. Make the machine do the typing. You do the writing.